What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Phones and Drones. So, after a long holiday hiatus, Apple is back and they have released iOS 26.3 Beta 2, and this is almost a month after Beta 1. Kind of goes why, to the whole point, we said don't recommend updating to this beta just yet, especially since 0.3 releases typically do not have a lot of new features. It's more behind the scenes improvements and bug fixes, and that is exactly what we got. For the most part, there are a couple of added new features, nothing groundbreaking, nothing substantial. We'll talk about those in a second, but for now, let's go into settings, general, and about. And you can see this second beta of iOS 26.3 has a D build, which is somewhat surprising. The full build number is 23D5103D. Now, I say the D is surprising simply because for a month hiatus, even though a lot of people haven't been working for a couple of those weeks, for this long of a time frame to go by with an anticipated release date of this build to go public by the end of the month, we would have expected a B or C build, something a little more ready. And if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, Apple numbers these builds and has letters at the end of these build numbers signifying how close they feel these are to the release. And yeah, they're thinking this is only one build better than Beta 1. And as silly as that sounds, we don't always go sequentially or in backwards order from D to C to B to A and so forth. This actually came after an E build from Beta 1. So take that for what it's worth. You guys comment down below, anticipate, and let me know what that means to you guys. But let's jump right into this before we talk features. Since it is January 12th already, the next beta for this might now actually be coming out possibly on the 19th or 20th. I do believe we are now going to be getting weekly releases, especially if we think that this will be dropping in the next couple of weeks holistically. Aside from that too, as you can see here, it is Martin Luther King Day here in the US next Monday, but it shouldn't hinder a demo or a beta being brought out at that point in time. But at the absolute latest, the 26th, we will definitely get a third beta, if not the RC. I personally do believe we are moving right to the RC at this point after this beta, as again, traditionally, there has not been a lot of beta builds in prior versions of these being released on these 0.3 releases. Now, one thing I actually posted on my Twitter that I wanted to bring up to you guys again, if you go into the developer.apple.com website, this is something I really think Apple needs to be fixed. I'm not the only one. There's a ton of people talking about this. But when you go to view the release notes on this release, do you see this right here? Under general, it says there are no new release notes for this software update. What does that even mean? How is there nothing here? What's the point of the beta, in other words? And it just kind of really raises that question to be, what's really going on behind the scenes here at Apple? So just a small minor note I wanted to mention to you guys, but it always seems to happen when these releases come and it's rushed out. As again, you can see here, no new release for iPadOS. Let's just go ahead into watchOS. I haven't even looked at this one yet. The watch is still updating currently, but you can see the common theme here as well, and it's just kind of disappointing and surprising nonetheless. Let's do our typical song and dance and go through a couple of stocks apps and just jump around and see really what's going on here and how it's working. And again, this actually is moving pretty quickly and working pretty well. We were on Beta 1 on our primary device at CES. This is the one we took with us, and it worked great. Battery life can still use some improvements, unsurprisingly, but it was not terrible. Let's just jump into a couple of the standard apps here and see if, let's actually go to music instead and see if there's any new splash screens. I don't anticipate there to be anything, and there's not. And then something that's kind of a moot point at this point is going to be, as you can see, liquid glass. It had a little hiccup there when scrolling, but this is not going to change. This is what's Apple settled on. So we're going to probably stop talking about liquid glass until something new comes up and changes, but I did just want to mention it nonetheless. One of the few changes that actually did come with 26.3 is now the ability, let me go ahead and log back in here, is now when you go to transfer your iPhone, you have an option that says transfer to Android, and it makes transferring data so much easier. And as you can see, it gives you a little prompt explaining what that is. You do also have more info on notification forwarding. This assistant that allows iPhone notifications to show up on third-party smartwatches and other wearable form factors. That's definitely going to be helpful. I am super excited to hear that and see that being added. But again, there's nothing major for US members here specifically. There are other EU features, and that includes proximity pairing similar to AirPods for third-party accessories, new NFC features for using an iPhone to initiate connected devices without the presence of an iPhone, high-band Wi-Fi connections for peer-to-peer use, and that is really going to be it. So great for European users, nothing great here necessarily just yet. Today's biggest news, in addition to this drop, is that it is finally confirmed from Apple themselves that Gemini will be powering the new Siri, and I am super excited about that. The video is live on the channel, kind of going over that right now also, so thumbs up this video, go check that out. Comment down below what you think about the state of iOS's and what else you'd like to see Siri be able to do in iOS 26.4, which is the version that should have that new Siri that we should actually get in the next month or so. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.